About 4 years ago, a company named Braggy burst on the scene with an ambitious new product. The company pretty much wanted to put computers inside your ears. Not only were they true wireless earbuds tethering to your phone via Bluetooth, they were also an activity tracker, a heart rate monitor, and had onboard storage. Perhaps that product was a little too ambitious. Basic connectivity to your phone wasn't great, and some of the other features didn't work quite as well as advertised. That didn't stop tech giants like Samsung from coming out with their own version of the Braggy Dash. Samsung would introduce the Gear Icon X that same year, 2016, and it too was a set of true wireless earbuds with built-in storage. Braggy wasn't going to give up after its mistakes on the first product, so it scaled back and would eventually introduce a set of just true wireless earbuds without all the smart features that seemed to weigh down that first product. Now here we are a few years later, and pretty much every company has introduced true wireless earbuds. Now, along the way, some worked well, some didn't. Some had onboard controls that were frustrating to use. Others are very reliable, and the sound quality varies greatly. As we move to the end of 2019 and into 2020, companies are on their second or third version of their true wireless earbuds, which means basic problems like connectivity are gone, and you're left with reliable features like onboard controls, touch controls, and the sound quality just continues to improve. Not only that, but the buds themselves are getting smaller and battery life is increasing dramatically. One example of that is Jabra. The company introduced its Elite 65T true wireless earbuds last year, and they quickly became one of our favorites. They were reliable, they had solid audio, the features worked well, and most of all, the battery life was pretty decent. Like all true wireless earbuds, the Elite 65T came with a charging case where you could deposit the buds when they ran out of battery and charge them up to keep using them without having to plug in. One key thing about the Elite 65T is they were $170, well below the $300 mark that a lot of flagship true wireless earbuds had aspired for. Ready to improve on the success of that product, Jabra introduced this week at IFA the Elite 75T, which is 20% smaller and has 50% more battery life than the previous model. We've seen them here on the show floor, although we weren't able to try them, but you can immediately tell they are a lot smaller than the previous model, which should dramatically increase comfort. The battery life is up to 7.5 hours on the buds themselves, which is pretty crazy considering that not too long ago, 4 hours was the max for devices like this. Another example of just how small things have gotten with true wireless earbuds is the Plantronics Backbeat Pro 5100. These things are so much smaller than even our favorites, the Sony 1000X M3s, and the best part about them is they're priced at well under $200 at $169.99. Now, they may not have the stellar audio that some of the more expensive models have, but the connectivity is reliable, and they have most of the features that you would want in a set of true wireless earbuds. Now, it may seem like overkill on a set of earbuds, but I assure you it's not. Active noise cancellation is all the rage these days, and the rumor is it's even headed to the next version of Apple's AirPods. Now, those earbuds don't have silicone tips to seal off your ear to prevent any outside noise, so it'll be interesting to see how they implement the technology in order to reduce the world around you. While we've yet to see the new AirPods with ANC, Huawei has introduced the latest version of its very AirPod-like FreeBuds 3. Those do have active noise cancellation, and as some of my colleagues found out firsthand, it does help reduce the background noise around you. One true wireless option that does this really well is our current favorite, the Sony 1000X M3. Sony has been making stellar headphones for its 1000X line for years now. These new ones are $230, which is way less than you would expect to pay for a set of earbuds of this quality. The sound is amazing. It's probably the best I've ever heard on a set of true wireless earbuds, except for maybe the Sennheisers. But the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless has its issues and they're frustrating to use. That's not the case here on the Sonys. The company nailed pretty much every aspect of this device, and there's really not that much negative to say about it. Plus, Sony offers a headphone app where you can adjust noise cancellation, the EQ settings, and other things to really customize this to your lifestyle. One byproduct of all this new technology is prices have come way down for true wireless earbuds. In fact, you can get some for around $100 if you just want earbuds themselves without all the extra features. Now, if you do care about audio and some basic features like onboard controls and things like that, you'll probably have to spend around $150 to $175 to get a pair that you'll really be happy with. That's where the Jabras of the world reside. Now, Jabra's new pair, the Elite 75T, is going to be a little more expensive, but there are plenty of options in that $150 range. And hopefully thanks to Sony, more companies will follow their lead and introduce truly flagship models for less than $300. IFA was the last major tech trade show of the year, so now that we're headed into fall, we're only looking at a few one-off events from the likes of Apple and some other companies where they could possibly introduce more true wireless earbuds. It's likely that Apple will have maybe 1 or 2 events before the end of the year, so 1 or 2 opportunities to introduce the next version of the AirPods that we've heard so much about. With that being said, now is a great time to buy a set of true wireless earbuds. If you've been holding out, there's likely not going to be too many more new models introduced before the end of the year. So they make a great Christmas present for someone else, or a great thing to put on your own Christmas list. More likely than not, any more major announcements are probably going to come after the first of the year at CES or at one-off events as we head into the spring. So with the upgrades to reliability, battery life, and lower prices, you should be able to find something that you want now if you've been holding out from buying a pair of true wireless earbuds.